Good morning, everybody. The last couple of days it's been raining nonstop. The good news is the temperature has dropped because of that, so we're mostly in the 70s as opposed to the 80s. The downside is it's become extremely humid. The mosquitoes here are absolutely vicious. I've been bit probably north of 30 times this week. We do need to get our laundry done soon. I'm running out of things to wear. This is grape soda, by the way. I got it from HEB. It's been probably years since I had this stuff. So the last few days I didn't post any videos because mostly I've been focusing on the car. As some of you may remember, there were three major issues going on. The AC, the radiator fan, and lastly there was some kind of a knocking sound coming from the engine bay, right? The good news is the radiator fan has now been fixed. So what I did in order to find the faulty part was first I took out the air box, and there was a mini fuse box hidden next to the battery housing that's separate from the regular fuse box, and in there was a particular 50 amp fuse that's connected directly to the radiator fan. And my initial theory was that maybe that fuse had been blown, that's why the radiator fan was not turning on. That being said, when I got in there, the fuse looked perfectly fine. There was nothing wrong with it, so I just put it back. Actually, I switched it with another fuse that's also 50 amp just to make sure that nothing was going on, but it turned out the fuse was not the issue. Even after I did the switching, I made sure all the connections were good, the fan was still not working. So at that point, with the fuse out of the equation, there could only be two explanations as to why the fan was not spinning. One is that the fan motor itself has stopped working, and second is the fan module that's at fault. Based on my research, it was not likely for the fan motor to fail, so I was banking on the fact that there was something going on with the control module, which granted is much easier to replace than the entire fan assembly. So I drove my car all the way back to the junkyard hoping to find a replacement fan control module. The problem was, first, there weren't that many focuses to begin with on the lot. That part you guys already knew about from the other video. But more importantly, all the engine and radiator components have been stripped out, so it was very difficult to find a car that still have a control module attached to it. So after circling the junkyard several times over, I finally found a control module from a Ford Fusion. Note that I'm not driving a Ford Fusion, I'm driving a Ford Focus. Luckily the two models share the functional part, even though the part numbers on the thing are different. The only caveat is like this fan module I found was slightly bent from the impact of the collision, and also like there was several plastic tabs that were missing as well. And because of that, I was extremely dubious whether or not the part was even going to work. But when I swapped it out with the old part, the fan immediately turned on like this. So I ended up buying the part from the junkyard for 40 bucks, which was a reasonable price in my view. And now we have a functional radiator fan. We don't have to worry about the car overheating anymore. As for the knocking sound from the engine bay, I have determined that it's way too inconsistent to be rod knock. Also, it's more like a tap as opposed to a knock. So I suspect the noise was actually coming from the AC clutch or maybe the accessory belt. Let's go get some breakfast. I found a new yogurt at HEB 2 days ago. I want to see if Walmart has it too. I don't think they do. Yeah. The choices here are really lacking for some reason. Nothing good here either. We'll just go get some peaches or something. Oh right, we can also make a sandwich. Shit, forgot my peach. I got some tuna in the car, so we can use this roll to make a sandwich ourselves. All right. I hope this is still good. It's been in the car for a long time. I bought this before I went back to China. That being said, it is in a foil pouch, so it should be good. Here's our roll. So we're gonna break it apart. Shit. Smells okay. Okay, we're just gonna dump it onto the roll. Shit, I need a spoon or something to get everything out of the pouch. Okay, I got a knife. Okay, here's our little sandwich. Pretty good. No! I'm making a mess. There's a lot of liquid in the tuna pouch. By the way, I'm not gonna get this again because this is more of a novelty item. You get maybe once or twice a year. If I had to drink this every day, I would not be happy. God, it's so strange. I thought it was gonna rain, so I went indoors to get some work done, but it never did. What the fuck? It didn't rain all day, but just as I came out, it started to rain. What the fuck? And oh, by the way, there's one correction I need to make real quick. Earlier today, I said there were 3 major issues going on with the car. That's actually not accurate. There's a 4th issue I forgot to mention. And this one in particular has to be one of the dumbest car issues I've ever encountered in my entire life. Let me explain. So you guys know every car has these lug nuts on the wheels, right? My car has 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 of them. What's special about this car is what you're seeing are actually not the lug nuts. These are covers that Ford put on them for no fucking reason. And what makes them extremely problematic is that over time, these covers, they all swell up. So whenever you need to change your tire because you got a flat, you can no longer fit the socket onto the lug nut because they literally grow in size. So that's the issue we're going to resolve today. I definitely don't want to be in a situation where I needed to take a wheel off but couldn't because some swollen fucking lug nuts. This is the type of stupid shit that Ford used to do all the time. I think they gotten better in the last decade or so. It's just so infuriating. Since we're taking the wheels off anyway, I'm also going to ask them to do a tire rebalancing. Let's see how much that's going to cost us. Can I just ask how much you charge for tire balancing?
It's a Ford Focus.
$78. Is there any discount or something?
You cannot put the ones that the regular weights. You have to put the sticky weights.
Okay, sounds good. You said the lug nuts got delivered to you this morning, right? The ones on my car are kind of worn out, so I want to put the new ones in.
Oh, we'll be here.
Okay, I left my car with them. Originally they wanted to charge $80 for the tire balancing, but I talked them down to $50. You know, earlier the guy told me that they're only charging $80 because the weights they use to balance the tires are so expensive. That shit is like $2. Oh, another thing, I had to purchase new lug nuts to replace the swollen ones, right? But there are absolutely no Amazon lockers in this area, none. So I had to ship it directly to the shop. What the fuck, is raining again? They got air tools so they can just hammer the socket in and take it right off. I need to reapply the bug spray later because the mosquitoes are coming out again. I do have to say that despite all the issues we've been dealing with, this car did make it to Texas without a catastrophic breakdown, so I'm thankful for that. I wasn't even positive that it's gonna make it here. You can see he's using a hammer now. That's so funny. Why do people play music this loud? I don't want to listen to your fucking music. Okay, they successfully took all 4 wheels off. Okay, well, to do the work, let's go walk around the neighborhood. Actually, there isn't a whole lot to see. It's pretty much all open spaces. You see that squirrel? Get out of the road! You're gonna get killed. Good boy. Good boy. Let's cross the street. There's a mirror on the wall. That's one sad dog. Why are you so sad? Your friend is so happy. Why are you so sad? Animals have dreams too. Are you sad because you're not getting enough attention from that guy? Because fuck him, you don't need him. Look at that roof. I think that's another abandoned house. Okay, what do we got here? 就是个臭水沟子。We also got some train tracks over here. Ah, finally some normal houses where people live. God, it's so quiet. You may have noticed like all these houses are only one story. Here it's very unusual to see a two-story house. I don't know the reason for that, but that's just the way they build them. You know that in the Northeast that all your cars are rusty because all the salt they spray on the road in the winter times? But here in Texas, this is the problem you deal with mostly. There's so much direct exposure to the sun, so the paint on older cars would just start to peel off. I'm walking back now because I got the feeling that it's gonna start raining again and I don't wanna get caught in the middle. So after this, I'm gonna start looking into the AC issue because I wanna get that fixed as soon as possible so we can get going. I don't wanna be stuck here forever. Our car is still there. I'm pretty sure the AC work is gonna be pretty costly because if the compressor needs to be replaced, even if I do all the labor myself, the part alone will cost me like several $100s. I'm sorry?
I want to show you something. El botón amarillo.
Whoa, that's not good.
They're all doing that.
They're all doing that?
All of them.
All four of them?
Right, Joe? All four?
How could that be?
There is no vibration, there is jumping.
The rims are crooked.
See, if you put your hands over it, this is down, this is up. See, this is down, this is up. So that one told you the...
Oh my God.
Yeah, no, and this is a brand new tire. But you see up, down, up, down, up, down.
So what caused this?
Bad rim. All the tires are like this. Yeah, no, that's the way you have your tires.
No, I get what you're saying.
Hey, it's not only like that, it's jumping.
Oh, I can see it, like it's bent here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's starting to bend, and see over here too, is there are no more tread. See, this one they got a little bit, but this one they don't have nothing. Absolutely nothing. And see, yeah, you're right. You can see that thing.
So you think there was like one huge bump and all four of them got fucked up at the same time?
Yeah, that's easy. That's the easy way to do that.
I mean, that's the only explanation I could think of, right?
Yeah.
All four going bad at the same time.
Yeah. I could keep the... Actually, you know what? The good thing, keep the tires with the rim. Just make sure you got coffee and milk, and it's gonna be shaking. Sometimes you can Google. There are some places you can take the rim and they send it to Houston and they put that one straight.
Oh, that's possible?
Yeah. If you're looking for more economic, discount tires don't go nowhere. Just go straight with it.
For new ones?
For new ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. I just found out all my rims are fucked. Tires too. I don't know what to do. Like tires and rims together, they're gonna cost at least $1,500.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you,
Really
sir.
appreciate it. I'll come back later. The old lug nuts, they were kind of swollen, right?
Yeah,
I noticed that.
They have a covering.
A cover on top of it.
That's
Why did they do that? That's so stupid.
So you can mess them up and go buy new ones. You got smart. You got the steel ones.
The new ones do look good though, and now swollen. Imagine that. Okay, so they didn't charge me at least. Otherwise, I would have thrown $50 away for nothing. But the bad news is that now we have a much bigger problem where we need to replace all the rims and tires at the same time. Ah, fucking hell. So if you remember on the road trip, I did mention that there were vibrations coming through the wheel, so I know there's something wrong with the tires. But little did I know, all the rims are bad too. Now I'm thinking like, it must have happened on this trip somewhere because all the rims were perfectly fine when I took off. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the other repair shop suggested by the mechanic and see if these wheels are even salvageable, and if so, for how much. Honestly, I'm not that optimistic. Chances are we're just gonna end up getting new rims. Okay, this is where we're going. So my rims are a little bent, and there was like a mechanic told me maybe you guys can still fix it, but there's like no shop locally that would do repairs.
Not that I know of.
Okay. Are you sure the offset is between 35 and 45? Because I see OEM is 55.
2013 Ford Focus ST, right?
Correct.
That's what I have here, and usually this is what's coming from the dealership. So you should have 235, 40, 18 in size of tire.
I'm looking at their website as well. It's and I looked several places. They all say 55. Maybe like that's not the ST trim. Maybe it's the like a lower trim or something. And what's the offset on the used wheels?
These are, I believe they're 40.
40? Okay. So if OEM is 55, that might be too low, right?
Yes. So if it's telling you it's a 55, then it is too low. You would need a 55. But they just sent me the picture.
All right. So they don't have the wheels we need, and also we need to confirm what the offset is. Like online, I saw 55, but that girl was saying like 35 to 45, which doesn't sound right to me. It's so funny because I was literally just saying we're gonna get out of here after fixing the AC, but now it seems like we're gonna be here for at a minimum 1 more week. Oh, and by the way, where am I gonna get $1,500?